What's up, guys? It's Parallax Abstraction, and welcome to Indie Showcase, now exclusively on YouTube. Indeed, we are still covering games from earlier this year that I didn't get to cover when they came out, and this is another one that really got my attention. This is from a publisher called HitSense that I've actually done some stuff with before with my stream community, The Shed, as well. They're really, really awesome people who are publishing some pretty unique and different small indie things, which I think is really cool. They have a lot of cool stuff in the pipe. And it's by a developer, well, the name initially threw me because the developer's name is Ryan Davis, and those of you who are hardcore gamers may remember the Ryan Davis from Giant Bomb, who sadly passed away way too soon and kind of took that site's soul along with him. This is not that person, obviously. This is another person from Indiana who is apparently rather prolific. He's published a ton of games since he was very, very young. And this one got my attention because it's a roguelike that is also has elements of Lunar Lander, which is a really old arcade game from way, way back. We're talking the dawning age of video games here. I didn't play it back then. I'm not that friggin' old. But it is something I remember quite a bit, and it has a really neat look to it. So I was really, really interested to check that out. So that is what we are going to be doing today. And this one is interesting. So it's only on the PC. It's less than $5 Canadian, and I think it's like $4 US or something like that. And that's not on sale. That is its normal price. So to say the least, this is not a pricey title, which is kind of interesting. Hang on a minute. There we go. It finally did that. This thing is a little strange with the OBS game recording mode. So we're actually just doing screen capture, which is a little weird there. So this is only on PC. Also, interestingly enough, it has very little options, as you can see. There's nothing for resolution or anything like that. And also, it not only recommends the keyboard, you have to use the keyboard. There is no gamepad support in this. Now, there's kind of a reason for that, which is that this is a game that very much benefits from digital controls. Analog controls would probably make this a lot harder. You could still lock it to the D-pad on a controller, so I do find it a little strange that you have to use your keyboard here. It would kind of make it hard to bring this game to consoles too, which it's not on consoles at all, so that could be kind of interesting. So, you've got 3 different modes here, which is sort of the normal mode, which is the story mode. There is a little tutorial with a little bit of story element to it that I've already gone through. I won't go through that again. There's a daily challenge, which is really cool, and there's a streaming mode, only supports Twitch, which is allows you to play with viewers as they control special content made specifically for them. So, Mixer support would be nice, just saying. So, alright, so here we go. So, we're going to start this off here. The controls for this are crazy simple. It's basically the arrow keys. Much like Lunar Lander, that's it. So you see there where it says goal? So this plays a lot like, well, Lunar Lander or the old Asteroids style game. It is left, right, up, down. In fact, there isn't even a down. It's left, right, and up. And you boost forward, and you see you have limited fuel. And that's the thing. You have to get through... if you run out of fuel, you dead. You don't just stop, you dead. So you got to be careful about your fuel usage. You have to collect a certain amount of items in order to unlock the ability to go to the next area, and then you have to land. So there are places where you can refuel mid-level where you have to land, and then you also have to land on that boost pad, which gets you out of the level. And the bottom of your ship cannot be damaged. You can bounce right off of things, you can do whatever. You so much as touch the nose of your ship, you dead. So you got to be really careful about how you approach that. And all of the big asteroids have gravity, so you want to line yourself up so that you can either get pulled down on your landing gear or something like that. If you're really, really good, you can sort of swoop in there really quick and land fast, but you really want to be careful here. And this reminds me a little bit of Downwell here, which is that after each level, there's a series of 3 different power-ups that you can pick here. So you see here 5 times points of fuel stations, but you constantly lose fuel. Normally you only lose fuel when you're boosting. An extra research option. I haven't even been told what research is yet. Keep time the old-fashioned way. Adds timer to the goal arrow. So I think we're going to go with that coffee synthesizer here. So there we go. But you see the goals are different, right? So here it doesn't look like I actually have to collect anything. I just have to land. Oh, alternate route. Oh, interesting. Okay. Small fuel upgrade, regain fuel by flying through explosions. I like that. Precise directions to nearby fuel and research stations, and that one again. Okay, let's take the extra fuel. So GovCorp also. So this is interesting because the tutorial didn't go over this. So you see there is a score there in the bottom left. But this is, oh god, this is a minefield. So the missions are actually different. It's not just collect a bunch of stuff and get to the end. It is, some of them are just get to an objective. Some of them are, you know, there's different stations that you can go to. So there's actually a lot of variety in the levels, which is more than I thought. There we go, research upgrade. Okay, convert space debris into fuel. That would be very handy. So there we go, and off we go. Rushed software patch, small max fuel upgrade, but all text becomes jumbled. Oh, I like that. See, this game's got a lot of personality. Very clearly does. Fill fuel and add an extra ship, but only one extra research option. Displays distance to goal. You know what? I need to see what this is like. Yeah, go full. Go full. Ow. That's cute. And you see there's a research station, so if I can get over there first, and there's also a fuel station there, right? So there, see? That filled me up, and you get extra points for it. So this does have that score attack element, which is nice. And remember, I bought that upgrade that will convert debris into fuel, so we now have that. So let's go see if we can land here and do some research. Wow. So you can kind of still understand what it's saying, just not really. This is cute. I like this. Heroic engineering, 900 point. All right. Now you see though, you can only refuel, it looks like, at each station once, which I didn't realize, because now that we've landed there, we can't land there again. So you can't just keep landing over and over again until you get it right. Burn the furniture. Fill fuel tanks once. Burn the furniture. Let's try this RNG one, because why not? RNG button. Reverse mod. Oh, God! Oh, no! No, no, no! It reversed my controls. Oh, no, no. This is terrible. That was a bad... Mistakes were made, people. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Ow. Beacons remaining. Oh, God. Well, okay. So I have to pick up several beacons here, and I have to do it with... Okay, no, wait. Okay, that was just that life. Okay, I'm back to normal controls now. Thank cripes. Now, the nice thing is here, again, is because I have that power-up that allows me to pick up... Damn it. That allows me to pick up space junk and convert it into fuel. This is making my life a lot easier. Now, it looks like, though, that I can still get to the goal without all the beacons. I'm not actually sure about that. Oh, well, no. Message fragment received. Okay. Yeah, press escape to view message fragment. I wish to know what this is. So, okay, this is the stuff from the tutorial. Quick, everyone to the escape ship. Does anyone know how to fly this thing? Hand over the research. So that's from the beginning. A letter. Oh, wow. There's a lot of these. So, you know what a lot of this is reminding me of right now, between the text look and the level progression and the stat stuff and all that, is Downwell. Downwell with, obviously, a very different control mechanic to it. But you know what? That's okay. Because Downwell was amazing. And that's a game I still play to this day. And if this is like Downwell mixed with Lunar Lander, I'm super cool with that. I think that is very cool. And you know what's interesting is Downwell is a game that very much... Downwell was a game that was only on PC originally too. Though it did have full controller support, though it kind of needed it more than this did. This game is one that could easily work on consoles or Downwell does work on mobile phones, but it doesn't play super great with the on-screen controls. This could work in a similar way, though. It definitely could. It's possible, for sure. But it's neat, right? Because it's obviously a hard game, you know, but it's a hard game, but at the same time, it's super accessible. Like, this is a game I could take a total non-gamer and sit them down with. Oh, crap. What is that? So apparently there are enemies, too. So that's a thing. But yeah, this is a game, because it literally uses 3 buttons. This is a game where I could sit anybody down with and say, hey, play this game. It's, you move forward with this, you turn your ship with this, and the game tells you what you have to do. Now, it's incredibly difficult, and someone who hasn't been playing games for a long time and doesn't have the dexterity or the hand-eye coordination would probably get super frustrated super fast, but nonetheless, this is not a game where you have to hand them a controller with 15 buttons on it and have them go, what the hell are you talking about? Oh, the beacon contained a small fuel upgrade. Okay, so the beacons are optional, but if you pick them up, they contain, it's basically an additional free upgrade for you. Super cool, I like that. The other thing that, too, though, that is a little bit of a disappointment is only because this has a scoring mechanic in it, but as far as I can tell, it has no... Bugger. Oh, we got another hull. Neat. Because as far as I can tell, this game doesn't have any leaderboards. So it has a personal high score. So you see there, like, Rashlander high score, 6,600. And again, just like the different walking styles and things like that in Downwell, there's different benefits and drawbacks to playing something other than the standard character, but you can do that if you want. So no collision damage, but this guy has low fuel. Right? Now, what is this 17 of 100, I wonder? It looks like this starting area here, you can sort of bounce out of right away if you want. Oh my god. Yeah, this guy has no fuel at all, do we? and he goes bonk. I don't know what collecting 100 of those little orbs gets me. But, oh, this guy would be really hard, though, because he has really low fuel. Yep. Okie doke. Fair enough. Well, let's see what we can do. This really, in a lot of ways, feels like Downwell in space. And believe me, that is not a knock against it, because I love Downwell, and I love the concept of taking the things that were good about Downwell, the upgrade system, the difficulty, the relatively easy controls, the crazy variance in levels and objectives, yeah, the accessibility and the variance in upgrades and things like that, and then tying it all into something that plays like Lunar Lander from way back in the day, and in turn presses the big red button random effect. Colony platform detected. Okay. And it even has a little story to it. You know, it's not a complex story, but it's got a little story to it. Wow, I got a huge time bonus from that. Oh yes, and the alternate route. So it looks like if you clear the level quickly enough, you get an alternate route, which I don't know if that makes you go faster, but something like that. Extra ship but less max fuel. Questionable upgrade. I love the titles of these things too. Okay, so people, this is a bad scene. Yeah, and it looks like if you go too far off the grid, enemies basically come at you. So you have to stay put. in these areas. Like you don't want to go too far off the beaten path here. You're going to get yourself smacked around a little bit. But yeah, the one advantage of this is this guy has no fuel, but he's invincible from the point of view of running into things, which can be very handy because it can allow you to really sort of just brute force your way to things if you want. Okay, and this time those things chose not to pop, so screw you then. Well, nope. Airways fill with manufacturing chatter. That's an odd phrase. The hills are alive with the sound of factories. Oh god. Yeah, this guy is really friggin' hard to pilot. Oh, there we go, and we've unlocked the daily run. Unique theme, double experience, access in the main menu. So yeah, I think I would stick with the actual Rash Lander for the time being. Let's go check out the daily run just for kicks. Oh, looks like we picked up another fragment. So the story is sort of given through these little message fragments that you do over a while, which is cool. You know, Downwell didn't have a story, really. So there's obviously a little bit more to this one. So, okay, so see, this daily run has high scores. Looks like only one person's run it so far. But yeah, it's weird that there's no online leaderboards for the main game, though I guess it being a roguelike where it has, you know, different upgrades and randomly generated levels would kind of make that pointless because your circumstances would greatly change how your scoring was. Whereas the daily run, because it's the same run for everybody, that would make a little bit more sense, I guess. Alright, well, let's try the daily run and see what we get here. Not failing would be a good start. So this is where you're... Oh, what did I touch there? Someone finds a GovCorp keycard. Use GovCorp equipment? I don't even know what that means, but okay. I don't know what using GovCorp equipment permits me, but... See, in this mode, you want to land at every station because the stations are your... the stations give you a lot of extra points, and the daily run is about that. The daily run is about score. You actually can't see the score because it's behind my head in the corner there, but yeah, that is the actual point counter. So you can see your points as you go. You know, this isn't like the old school Contra games or something where you could only see your score by pausing. Yeah, so those little beacon things, they are not required, but if you pick them up, you basically get bonus research. Oh, man. I am not steering well here. See, now the pressure's on, right, to do the friggin' daily run, and I'm hosing it up. But I got a time bonus on that one, too, so... And I got the alternate route, which I don't know what this actually means. I assume it's a harder thing. Aggressive steering, double turn speed. Oh, man. Full fuel and extra ship, but only one research option. Alright, let's do that. See, and this is that storage facility again, where, yeah, it's constantly throwing crap at me and blowing me up. Keep time the old-fashioned way, adds timer to goal arrow. Okay. Oh, and the timer is probably the whole, do you want to, like, yeah, if you want the alternate route and the time bonus, you got to get there quickly, type deal. Because that's the thing, you don't have to beat the level within a certain amount of time, at least we haven't yet. But you do better if you can do that. There we go. Extra research option, okay. GovCorp facility ruins. Okay, so something went real bad here. And it doesn't look like there is a timer on this one because it says 100,000. Okay, that's a black hole. Okay, we don't want to... No! Yeah, we're totally hosed on that one. but we got another message fragment. Okay. Funny here, you have to actually push enter instead of up as a thing. Hey, I beat him by just a micron. Kind of a neat little way that works. That is neat. So, and there it is. It says come back tomorrow because of that. So, yeah. So there's not much more to really show you with this at this point, in that this is a very it's very easy to understand what this game is in a short period of time, I think. And I do quite enjoy it because, like I said, I love Downwell. I really want to know what happens when I get 100 of these things. But yeah, I love Downwell, and this really is... This gentleman, Ryan Davis, took Downwell, merged it with Lunar Lander, and you know what? It's really cool for that exact reason. I think this would be a good game on the consoles, and because while it does need digital control, you could just restrict it to the D-pad, which every console has right now. So I think this would be a good fit for that. I think adding controller support on the PC and, again, restricting it to the D-pad would be smart. I think that would be a nice little addition to this. And while it doesn't have a lot of graphical options in that, it doesn't really need it. This is a 2D game. I'm going to assume this game could basically run on a potato. Whoa, okay. The double turning speed really... Jeez! Okay, that... Wow! Okay, this is really hard to control now. Way more precise, but... Good lord. Holy crap. Okay. That is pretty funny. Coffee synthesizer. Reverse mode. Oh, good. This again. I don't like reverse mode. I also just noticed that you don't start each new level with a full tank of gas. So there's also that. Unless you die, of course. But at least it only lasts for that life. So that's kind of handy. But yeah, I really like this. It's... By its very nature, because it plays like Lunar Lander and uses, you know, old school asteroid style controls, this game is very much a... I'm not going to say it's less precise than Downwell, because it's not. It just demands a lot more of you in order to have that level of precision, right? But... So... It's gonna feel more finicky than something like Downwell does, but it's accommodating a certain play style with that, I think. It is a roguelite, so actually I think yeah, it is a well, it's kind of a roguelike actually, because there really is no permanent progression between runs. It's not really a light, other than those message fragments which don't affect gameplay. So, but as someone who still plays Downwell to this day, you know, and owns it in 3 locations now, is it 3? I think it's 3. I own it on my phone and on PC, and I might have it on the Switch as well. This is, if you want that type of idea, but with a much faster acceleration, okay, helpful, but much like the quick turning, helpful, but double-edged sword. Holy jumping, this thing is sensitive now. If you want more of the cool thing, you know, the things that Downwell fans really love about it, but also the things that people, but a different, very different control style and mechanic to it, this is a very good option, in my opinion. I actually quite like this. Doesn't look like it's been a smashing success so far, but it's friggin' cheap, man. Like, this game you can buy for a song. So, and I'm guessing this will run on a potato. So, you could easily play this on on an inexpensive laptop, or on your work computer with integrated graphics. Not that I condone playing video games at work. You do you. But oh, bollocks. All right, there we go. You level up relatively quick too. It looks like you get these message fragments pretty quick, so which is also how Downwell does things. Now in Downwell, all you get for upgrading is in Downwell is more color schemes. So in this, you're actually getting little story bits, which is pretty cool. Sidewalk building codes. For our restoration base have been restricted to necessary personnel only by GovCorp cronies who have insisted on access to our encrypted international climate response team network. So there's something clearly that's happening in this thing, right? But yeah, that is Rashlander. It is developed by Ryan Davis and published by HitSense. Came out in 2019, back in August. It is cheap. $4 American. Look at that. Less than $5 Canadian. People spend more than that on coffee on a daily basis, for God's sakes. So yeah, if you like games like Downwell or things like that, I know I've compared that a lot to Downwell a lot, and to be honest, I hadn't played this game before I sat down to record this, so I really didn't know that it was like that. But I'm not calling this a Downwell ripoff because it really isn't. But I'm making comparisons to Downwell for that in a very complimentary way. Because Downwell was amazing, and this takes everything that was cool about that, makes something that's frankly a lot harder, but a lot more interesting, and evokes back to one of the original video games, to be honest with you, which I think is really, really cool. So I quite like it. You can get it for nothing. So if you even think you'd like it, get it and try it out, because it's not expensive at all. And yeah, I like it quite a bit. So yeah, that is Rashlander. And yeah, I always like a good roguelike. So this is one I'll be adding to the rotation for sure. So thank you guys very much for watching. If you did like what you saw here, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and leave a comment and tell me what you think about this. You know, do you see my comparisons to Downwell? Does this game interest you as a roguelike fan? Would you like to see this on other platforms? That's something that the developers would always be interested in hearing. So if you want to see this on other places that you think you might like it in more, feel free to let them know that in the comments, because that would be very helpful. And of course, I do variety streams at mixer.com/pxabstraction multiple times a week. So if you want to see me play a whole bunch of other stuff, not just indies, you can definitely drop me a follow over there. I would greatly appreciate it. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will talk to you guys soon. We'll see you for the next Indie Showcase. Take it easy, guys. We'll see you later.